All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Los Angeles Lakers video. We're going to talk about how Damian Lillard can land himself on the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, before I go any further, I don't think this is likely. I think this is 100% a reach. If Damian Lillard wants to go to the Lakers, however, Damian Lillard will be on the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, so we won't even talk about how Damian Lillard is going to... There's no reports that Dame wants out. There's no reports that they're shopping him. This is a totally different situation than James Harden. He's got one more year longer than Harden did, and Harden kind of just sabotaged the whole Houston Rockets organization in order to get where he wanted. So when thinking about a LeBron, AD, and Dame trio, it's very, very enticing, very intriguing. Now, if you're not a LeBron James fan, this is probably your worst nightmare. A Lakers package trading for the Blazers, it would definitely rely on how the Blazers evaluate THT. Now, THT is only 20 years old, so he's a year or two older than some of the top prospects like Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley. However, in July's NBA draft, one analyst, one Eastern Conference executive said, leading up to this draft, he said, I'd max him out. Now, this is interesting because you have other agents coming out here saying he's just a role player. This could be a rival just trying to get some team to overpay THT so that he doesn't remain back on the Lakers, or so that the Lakers overpay THT. So I wouldn't really look too much into anything that any rival execs or rival agents say about really anybody, to just be quite honest. Now, Horton Tucker can earn up to about $83 million over the next 4 years, but that's only if a team has the cap room to give him an Arenas rule offer sheet as a restricted free agent. So if the Blazers are truly a believer, the Lakers could have some traction here. He can earn up to $33 to $46 million over the next 3 or 4 years via a sign and trade. So Portland would have a team salary limit at roughly $143 million for this next season. So that should not be an issue. Now, the Lakers would obviously have to create a package bundle, and I would have to imagine KCP and Kyle Kuzma both have to be on that trade package. Now, others like Trez, if he opts into his final year at $9.7 million, maybe even Alfonso McKinney, that could round out a deal, especially if the Blazers were looking to include Nurkic, who possibly could be out. He said he will be out if Lillard's out. He's gone. So the Lakers also have the 22nd pick, which can be dealt in August when THT is eligible for a sign and trade. The Lakers also can send one of their 2027 or 2028 first round picks and 5 of their next 7 second rounders. That's one of the biggest reasons I don't see this trade happening, is because if I'm Portland, I either want huge compensation via draft lottery or draft picks, or I want players that are very similar skill level to Damian Lillard or have an extremely high upside. I like THT. I think THT will be a solid player. I think he might get an all-star or two, but by no means would I max THT out. I don't think he's proven himself at all. I think he's actually a little overrated, but that's not his fault. It's totally the media's fault on overrating THT. He just hasn't really been given the proper opportunity. So James, Davis, Lillard, they could be gone by 2026. The picks may not look like much in 2021, but those 2027, 2028 first-round picks could definitely be absolutely golden, considering the Lakers could be in scale for a huge rebuild once LeBron James, AD, and Damian Lillard were to leave. So the Lakers also could attempt to include Dennis Schroeder in a sign and trade, but that's a little bit more of a leap. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent, and he gets to decide his destiny this offseason. So I think it's a little bit more reasonable to put THT in a sign and trade to Portland. He's restricted. He's also represented by Rich Paul, who's also the agents for LeBron, AD, and KCP. Now, the Blazers would get 3 to 4 proven rotation players, the 22nd pick, 1 or 2 future firsts, probably 2, and several second-rounder picks. Kuzma's 26 years old. He's almost 26 years old with 3 years, $39 million on his contract. So that is a great contract. And then KCP's only got a little under $18 million of his 18 of his $27 million guaranteed over the next 2 years. So relatively good deal there. Now, like I said, I think this totally comes down to if Damian Lillard chooses the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't think that this would get done in any world unless Damian Lillard was like, please trade me to the Los Angeles Lakers. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. I'll see you guys tomorrow.